For my high school senior research project, I came out as gay to my friends, my family, my community, and my school. I've always known I was gay, at least subconsciously. As a child, I can always remember putting myself in the shoes of females and relating to them more. As such, I developed a rather feminine personality, which would later cause me trouble in school. I can remember being asked all the time in middle school if I was gay. These questions were usually partnered with tones of curiosity and rarely mockery, but it still felt hurtful for people to even ask me that. Perhaps because of how, even to myself at the time, I considered being gay to be wrong and unnatural as well. As time went on, I slowly passed from middle school to high school, and I began to realize that I was in fact gay. This was a very bittersweet realization because I was finding out something that should make me happy. I was finding out who I was, but instead it left me feeling alone, alienated, and hopeless. I struggled with things that no child should endure, fears that I felt no one could protect me from. It was like I was always in disguise and I could never be myself. There were very few people I felt I could talk to, and even fewer I felt I could go to without being judged. Reaching the precipice of my despair my junior year was a tipping point for me. I figured things couldn't get any worse. The mindset of society that being gay was wrong and unnatural, or that homosexuals were so promiscuous and strange, were always dragging me down. At one point, I came to a sad understanding and clarity with the fact that I would never be happy, or at least I thought I wouldn't be. It got so bad that I would lay in bed at night wide awake, unable to sleep, because of all these problems and fears and anxieties zooming through my head. It was like this pain was in my stomach and I couldn't shake it. Every day grew longer and I always felt tired and angry. When I think of all the people in America who have taken their own lives due to their sexuality, the numbers don't surprise me. Some people have asked me what they can do to help. I simply give the advice of being there, making it known that you are a resource, regardless of what orientation, gender, race, disability, or whatever they may have. It got easier, though, the looks people gave me, this idea of unattainable happiness. I kind of shoved it all to the back of my mind, hoping it would disappear. This created what I believe to be a psychological rift in my mind. There was this ideal me, the person I wanted society to see and perceive me as, and my actual self, who I felt I could never be myself around people and that I always had to hide myself. This developed conflicts in my mind subconsciously every day, and for someone who may not have accepted their sexuality to themselves as I had, would be a very devastating occurrence that would only end in psychological scarring. Finally, my senior year rolled around. I'd come out to a few of my close friends, and I'm pretty sure everyone thought I was gay, but that's different than actually knowing. My mom had told me about a guy coming to speak at the university in Montana where I live. His name was Dustin Lance Black, the writer of Milk, and also a gay rights activist. Black spoke of how he never considered himself to be a leader, but had become one out of necessity. I, like Black, never considered myself to be a leader. I'm uncomfortable in front of people, I hate public speaking, and it scared the hell out of me to open up about myself so much to my community. But I feel, just as Black does, to not hold back and become a reluctant leader. Because when you think about it, something is wrong with a community when someone is afraid to be themselves in it. So I decided to come out in a YouTube video and do my senior project on gay pride. And I would describe my coming out experience on this YouTube video in the hopes that it may help someone who maybe didn't have the same resources that I had had. It turned out to be one of the best decisions I had ever made. To my astonishment, it was met with nothing but love and support from the community and led to many other things, such as the Chronicle article displaying myself and my coming out story to the whole Bozeman community. But for those of you who have already heard my story, let me catch you up on my life since the events of last year. I'm now out to my entire family, all of which have expressed their love and support for me. I'm attending Montana State University, majoring in psychology, with the hopes of becoming a couples therapist, with an emphasis on homosexual relationships. I've created a blog that is dedicated to giving advice to lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgendered youth. And at the end of my senior year, I beat out lead quarterback, Gatorade Player of the Year, and won prom king. a victory which I believe marks a new era in America, an era of respect and equality. As all of us move forward from this evening, I ask you to step away from religious, social, and political affiliations and look inwards towards your own humanity. I had a hard time as a gay teen, and compared to some of the other gay people I've heard of, my experiences don't even compare to the hardships they have faced. Being kicked out of their own homes, their parents and family turning their backs on them, losing their friends, and even being beaten to within an inch of their life or being killed by someone else or by their own hand. I challenge you to take a good, hard look at your life. How can we take the time to seriously talk to someone who may need it? Do you make it known that people can come to you and talk about their problems and issues they may be facing? Ask others if they do the same. And if they don't, challenge them to do so. Because talking made all the difference to me, and it may make all the difference to somebody else. You may save a life. Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you.